Welcome to the military TV channel. Russia is no longer able to operate in the western part of the Black Sea, said naval expert Ian Ballantyne. Turkey's decision to close the Black Sea's only access point from the Mediterranean is putting massive strain on the Russian Navy, with some ships having to travel to the Pacific for vital maintenance. Ian Ballantyne, an expert on naval warfare, also said recent drone attacks by Ukrainian forces had robbed Russia of the ability to operate in the west of the waterway, seriously hampering Putin more than 8 months after declaring war on his neighbor. Turkey, led by President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, controls access to the Black Sea via the Bosphorus and Dardanelles Straits and confirmed it was closing off the narrow passage to warships on February 28, 4 days after Putin announced his full-scale invasion. Mr. Ballantyne is the editor of International Warships Fleet Review as well as an historical author who has recently published his latest book, HMS London. He said, "This has forced Russia to send warships needing maintenance after long months in a face-off with NATO in the Mediterranean home to either the Pacific, the Baltic or the Arctic rather than to Black Sea naval shipyards, as well as providing Russia's President a major headache." The move has also underlined Turkey's increasing influence, especially in the Mediterranean region. Mr. Ballantyne pointed out, he explained, the predominant NATO naval power in the Black Sea is Turkey with a very capable, balanced fleet, including frigates, mine hunters and submarines, and also on the cutting edge with using drones across various missions. The other NATO navies do their bit too, including the ex-HMS London, in which I sailed to Murmansk and Archangel in 1991 and which serves on to this day as the ROS Regina Maria in the Romanian fleet, speaking after a week during which 3 Russian warships including the flagship Admiral Makarov were reportedly damaged by Ukrainian drone attacks. He added, the Russian Navy has lost the ability to operate in the western Black Sea following the loss of the cruiser RFS Moskva, plus other vessels, and was also forced to quit Snake Island. Today it is not even safe in its main base of Sevastopol, in the Crimea, as demonstrated in recent months via Ukrainian air and sea drone attacks. It has been forced to fall back on its major naval base at Novorossiysk on the eastern shores of the Black Sea. It has been a major naval hub for Russia for some years, as I saw when I visited there in the early 1990s, and is even more important to Moscow now. Turkey's increasingly important strategic role was emphasized by Alp Selim Lysoy, a Millennium Fellow at the Atlantic Council in Washington specializing in NATO's role within the Mediterranean region. When he spoke last month, he explained, "What we will be seeing and what we should be seeing is the creation of intelligence alliances equivalent to Five Eyes, which will encompass Turkey, the UK, the US and further, a direct military alliance between these 3 countries, because more than even NATO, it's those countries within NATO that are able to take part in operations overseas." He added,